This audiobook unveils the timeless mysteries of metaphysical riches, where prosperity manifests not merely as currency, but as in boundless ethereal energy. As you immerse yourself, you'll learn how the vibration of abundance envelops you, ready to be activated. Awaken to your inherent state of plenty and witness riches streaming into your existence without effort. Metaphysical Riches. Introduction. Across the infinite stretch of eras encompassing countless existences, a revered insight has echoed in the sanctuaries of human consciousness. Riches stream not solely as funds, but as a perpetual ethereal power. This cosmic force of plenty encircles you at all instants, awaiting acknowledgement and embrace. The doctrines of metaphysical riches surpass the tangible domain, extending into realms where idea turns into matter and purpose molds existence. Through epochs, commanders and visionaries have grasped that genuine plenty emerges from an unending ethereal fountain, one that knows no restrictions and imposes no bounds. You now position yourself at the gateway of change, where physical and ethereal powers entwine. The insight held in these chapters has been protected by those who comprehended the sacred essence of prosperity, transmitted via enlightened ones who discern that riches are an innate manifestation of cosmic doctrine. As you traverse this revered knowledge, you will reveal that your innate right is plenty in every shape. The cosmos itself is limitless in its ability to supply, and you are a vital component of this universal ballet of offering and accepting. Via these doctrines, you will master attuning to the resonance of prosperity, permitting riches to stream innately into your existence. This volume acts as your gateway to revealing the age-old enigmas of abundance. In these chapters reside the altering realities that will rouse your awareness to the ethereal aspects of riches. As you harmonize with these perpetual doctrines, you will discover yourself innately summoning the prosperity that has eternally been yours to assert. The route ahead guides to a deep comprehension of how riches realize via ethereal doctrine. You require only to unlock your spirit to accept these eternal doctrines, permitting them to enlighten the path to your innate condition of plenty. Part 1. Awakening to the Energy of Riches. Chapter 1. The Reality About Funds. Allow me to recount an age-old legend that touches the core of authentic plenty. In the thriving bazaar of Baghdad, a fatigued wanderer named Tariq aimed to exchange his final silver fragments for nourishment. As he roamed the tight corridors amid vendor booths, an aged trader captured his notice. Unlike the rest who vociferously advertised their goods, this trader rested calmly, his stand empty, save for a lone silver coin. "What do you offer, sage?" Tariq queried. The trader grinned. "I deal in comprehension, not merchandise. Tell me what renders this coin precious." "Its mass in silver," Tariq answered promptly. "Ah." The trader inclined his head. "But what bestows silver its merit? Is it our shared faith in its worth? Is it merely our collective conviction? And if conviction forges merit, then are not our convictions that genuinely produce riches? This reality resides at the heart of metaphysical plenty. Funds in their tangible shape are simply an emblem, a realization of a much vaster ethereal power. When you view riches only via the prism of material ownership, you restrict the boundless manners plenty can stream into your existence. Ponder how air circulates through the atmosphere. It does not compel its route, but flows along the course of minimal opposition. Likewise, prosperity pursues the pathways forged by your convictions, ideas, and ethereal harmony. Your bond with riches commences not in your purse, but in your awareness. Permit me to impart another legend that further discloses this insight. There once dwelt a grower named Farid, who labored to cultivate yields in sterile ground. Season after season, his crop stayed sparse despite his relentless toil. One twilight, a roving visionary noted Farid's dismay and provided counsel. "Before you sow a lone kernel," the visionary suggested, "you must first nurture the ground. Fertile soil produces plentiful crops." Farid devoted the following season to enriching his ground with essentials and attention. When sowing time came, his readied soil embraced the kernels and his crop thrived beyond estimation. Just as Farid mastered nurturing the ground before anticipating a plentiful crop, you must first foster your internal terrain before material plenty can root. Your convictions about riches are the soil where your prosperity develops. To initiate this change, grasp your notebook and inscribe candidly about your present convictions concerning funds. What ideas surface when you meditate on riches? What narratives about prosperity have you acquired from your kin or community? Choose one restricting conviction that appears and fashion a fresh, expansive reality to replace it. Inscribe both the former conviction and its substitute at the head of a new sheet. Then dedicate time daily to pondering this change in awareness. Via this exercise, you sow the kernels of plenty in fertile ethereal soil, allowing authentic prosperity to emerge naturally. Chapter 2. The Riches Resonance. In the historic town of Persepolis, there dwelt a tunesmith named Darius, who inherited a mystical lute handed down through lineages. The lute, fashioned from holy timber and strung with golden fibers, contained enigmas beyond simple melody making. Yet despite his proficient ability, Darius's tunes failed to stir souls or draw the sponsorship he urgently desired. One twilight, as dusk extended across the square, an aged seer neared. "Your digits glide adeptly," the seer remarked, "but your lute stays discordant with the cosmos itself." The seer instructed Darius to heed beyond the material tones, to sense the resonance of each fiber, as it echoed with the perpetual cadence of creation. As Darius mastered harmonizing each note with this universal frequency, his music altered. Soon, auditors found themselves pulled to his renditions, their funds streaming liberally in admiration of tunes that appeared to reverberate the very beat of plenty. Just as Darius revealed the strength of balanced resonance, you too must comprehend that riches reply to the frequency of your ideas and feelings. Every conviction you maintain, every sentiment you foster, generates a resonant mark that either draws or repels prosperity. When your internal condition harmonizes with the frequency of plenty, you turn into an innate attractor for riches. Permit me to disclose another reality, via the legend of a mountain eagle named Arya. Each dawn, Arya battled against fierce gales, depleting herself in soar, until an elder eagle imparted nature's insight. Don't combat the flows, the elder advised. Sense their stream and adapt your wings accordingly. As Arya mastered sensing and harmonizing with the wind's designs, her soar became effortless. She uncovered that by matching her motion to the innate stream, she could ascend higher and journey farther than ever. Like Arya, you hold the innate capacity to harmonize with the currents of plenty. When your sentiments harmonize with the essence of abundance, you glide smoothly in sync with riches. To commence attuning to prosperity's resonance, seek a tranquil domain and shut your eyes. Inhale profoundly and envision silver glow encircling you. Sense this glow throbbing with the precise frequency of plenty. Permit each inhalation to synchronize with this cadence until you perceive yourself merging with the resonance of riches. Exercise this contemplation daily, allowing your whole existence to echo with the energy of infinite prosperity. Chapter 3. The Plenty Blueprint. In the historic town of Thebes, there dwelt a carver named Ptolemy, who obtained visions of splendid labors while profound in contemplation. Each dawn, before contacting his blade to rock, he would rest in silence, permitting the unseen pattern to shape wholly in his mind's vision. Though others doubted his approaches, believing he should outline his schemes on scroll. First, Ptolemy knew that authentic mastery commenced in the domain of pure idea. As his newest vision formed in his awareness, he beheld a grand sphinx emerging from shapeless stone. For 30 days he retained this picture in his mind, sensing every line and outline before his hands ever contacted the granite. When finally he started to carve away at the rock, his motion streamed with assurance, for the figure already subsisted in its flawless shape within his mind. Just as Ptolemy molded his masterpiece from an invisible blueprint, your monetary reality arises from the unseen designs of your subconscious mind. Every conviction you hold about riches, every idea you nurture about funds forms the template from which your material prosperity manifests. In the depths of your mind lie the gathered convictions of years, some empowering, others restricting. These convictions act as the unseen builders of your monetary fate, silently molding your choices, chances, and results to alter this internal blueprint. Permit me to impart the insight of Nadia, the master horticulturist of the Queen's Palace. Nadia observed that despite her best endeavors, certain sections of the garden would not thrive. Upon deeper probe, she uncovered old roots beneath the soil, choking the life from new plantings. Only by carefully extracting these hidden networks could fresh growth emerge. The soil recalls, Nadia would say, until we ate it, forget. Day after day she labored to clear the old root systems, preparing the earth to embrace new life. Gradually, the barren patches transformed into the most vibrant sections of the garden. Your subconscious mind is like Nadia's garden. Old convictions about money, perhaps inherited from family or absorbed from early experiences, may be strangling your prosperity. By consciously identifying and releasing these limiting patterns, you create space for new, empowering convictions to take root. To begin reshaping your internal blueprint for riches, find a peaceful moment each day for this sacred practice. Close your eyes and envision yourself in a vast chamber of silver light. Before you stands a crystalline screen showing your current money blueprint, all your convictions, patterns, and expectations about riches. With divine authority, raise your hand and wipe this screen clean. Now project onto it new images of abundance. See yourself confidently managing vast resources, making wise investments, and creating value for others. Feel these new patterns settling into your being, becoming your new blueprint for prosperity. Chapter 4. The Sacred Origin of Prosperity. In the hills of the Orient there dwelt a nomad named Lear, who hunted relentlessly for the fabled streams of abundance. Legends spoke of a brook that streamed without end, its waters bearing the essence of infinite prosperity. Through glens and summits, he voyaged until one starlit night, he heard a murmur on the breeze that guided him to a concealed cavern. There, beneath historic rocks, streamed a brook. Unlike any other, its waters shimmered with silver light, and though many drew from it, the stream never lessened. As Lear watched, he noted something extraordinary. The brook responded to the approach of each visitor. Those who came with skepticism found only a drip, while those who approached with belief discovered an endless surge. The cosmos's abundant streams like this eternal brook, ever-present and inexhaustible. You stand now at the threshold of infinite prosperity. For riches are not a finite resource to be hoarded, but an eternal flow from the sacred origin. When you harmonize with this truth, you tap into a current of abundance that can never be depleted. Just as the brook flows ceaselessly, prosperity streams continuously from the universal origin. Your task is not to create abundance, for it already exists in boundless measure, but to open yourself to receive it, removing the barriers of doubt and scarcity that restrict its flow. Let me share with you the story of the everlasting oak that grows in the grove of insight. This remarkable oak, tended by the sage Alara, bears leaves in every season through chill and warmth, dry spell and flood. Visitors marvel at its constant vitality, asking Alara its secret. The oak knows not of seasons, Alara would explain. It remains ever connected to the source of life beneath the earth. While others fear scarcity and withdraw their roots, this oak maintains its channel to the infinite. The oak's wisdom reflects your own relationship with abundance. When you maintain your connection to the sacred origin, prosperity flows naturally, regardless of external conditions. Like the everlasting oak, your riches need not fluctuate with the seasons of life. Now find a quiet space where you can practice this ancient connection ritual. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. With each breath, repeat this sacred mantra. I am one with the infinite origin of all prosperity. Through me flows the endless stream of abundance. Let these words resonate through your being, strengthening your channel to divine riches. Chapter 5. Gratitude Unlocks Riches. In a remote glen lived a rover named Sira, whose heart longed for abundance. Coming upon a desolate expanse of earth, she paused, seeing not the cracked soil and withered stems, but the potential that lay dormant within. Each morning, Sira would bow to the land, expressing thanks for what it would become. She scattered seeds while whispering gratitude for the blooms yet to flower. thanked the dry earth for the fruits it would bear, and blessed the empty space for the shade trees that would grow. As days turned to seasons, something miraculous unfolded. Where Sira had planted seeds of gratitude, life began to stir. The barren ground transformed into a verdant paradise, drawing travelers from distant lands to marvel at its beauty. Through this ancient wisdom, you discover the first key to unlimited abundance. Gratitude holds the power to transform your reality. Just as Sira's appreciation awakened the sleeping potential of the land, your gratitude awakens the dormant riches in your life. When you express genuine thanks for what you have, you align with the universe's natural state of abundance. Each moment of gratitude creates a magnetic force that draws more blessings into your experience. This is not mere coincidence, but the operation of a divine law as certain as gravity. Yet the deepest magic lies in offering thanks for what has not yet manifested. This advanced practice opens channels through which abundance must flow, for the universe cannot help but match your grateful expectation. Let me share with you the tale of Khalid, who sat each day at the city gates with only tatters for clothes and scraps for food. Yet Khalid possessed a secret wisdom. Each morning he would thank the universe for the mansion he would inhabit, the fine garments he would wear, and the banquet he would share with others. Passers-by thought him mad, but Khalid remained steadfast in his gratitude. His radiant thankfulness caught the attention of a noble who recognized in Khalid the qualities of true nobility. The noble, having no heir, adopted Khalid, who indeed came to live in a mansion, wear fine garments and share banquets with others, just as he had given thanks for in advance. Khalid's story mirrors a profound truth. Gratitude for unseen abundance creates a bridge across which that very abundance must travel. Your appreciation for riches, even before their physical manifestation, sets in motion the universal laws that bring prosperity into form. Now take up this sacred practice. Obtain a journal dedicated solely to financial gratitude. Each morning, write 5 blessings related to riches, both those already present and those you know are coming. Thank the universe for your current resources, opportunities, and knowledge. Then express gratitude for the prosperity flowing toward you, the abundance taking shape, and the riches manifesting in your life. Chapter 6. Overcoming Scarcity Mindset. In the core of an historic metropolis there dwelt a dealer named Rami, who had amassed great treasures through his trade in rare spices. One twilight, following whispers of an ultimate hoard, he ventured into a mysterious citadel. As he stepped inside, he found himself surrounded by endless reflections, each mirror showing him a different version of lack. In one, he saw his stores empty. In another, his spices turned to ash. Each step deeper into the labyrinth revealed new visions of insufficiency, until Rami began to doubt the very treasures he carried. The more he tried to escape, the more entangled he became in these illusions of inadequacy. You too may find yourself trapped in such a labyrinth where every thought reflects back images of limitation. These mirrors of the mind distort your true abundance, casting shadows of doubt across your path to prosperity. Yet, like all illusions, they hold power only through your belief in them. The scarcity mindset is not your natural state. It is learned, absorbed from the world around you. Each thought of "there isn't enough," or "I can't afford it," adds another mirror to your labyrinth. These thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs become the walls that contain you. To break free from scarcity thinking, each limiting belief is simply a distorted reflection waiting to be recognized as false. Listen now to the tale of Lila, a rover who found herself lost in a similar maze of mirrors. Lost in confusion, she noticed something peculiar, a fine crack in one reflection. As she touched it, the surface rippled like water. In that moment, she understood these mirrors were mere illusions constructed by fear. With newfound clarity, Layla struck the first mirror and it shattered, revealing an open path. One by one, she broke through each false reflection until she stood in a vast hall, filled with light, the fragments of limiting beliefs scattered at her feet. Like Layla, you hold the power to shatter the mirrors that imprison you. With awareness, you can transform scarcity into possibility. Take up this practice. Keep a small journal with you throughout the day. When you notice a thought of scarcity arise, "I never have enough," Money always slips away. Wealth is for others. Write it down. Then beneath it craft its opposite truth. Transform. I never have enough into abundance flows to me continuously. Let money always slips away become money naturally accumulates in my life. This daily practice of identifying and transforming scarcity thoughts will gradually clear your path to true abundance. Each reframed belief becomes a shard of light illuminating the way forward. Chapter 7. The Energy of Giving and Receiving. In the heart of an historic valley flowed a river named Elara, whose waters brought life to all they touched. While other rivers hoarded their waters in deep pools, Elara gave freely, spreading its essence across the land. With each giving, its waters multiplied, fed by hidden springs and mountain streams, creating a paradise of abundance wherever it flowed. You stand now at the banks of understanding, witnessing how the law of circulation governs all riches. Like Elara's waters, money must flow to maintain its power. When giving occurs, it creates a vacuum that the universe rushes to fill. Your riches are not measured by what you hold, but by what flows through you. As you release your grip on scarcity, you become a channel for greater prosperity. The wise understand that giving and receiving are not opposite forces, but different expressions of the same energy. When you give with joy, you open yourself to receive. When you receive with gratitude, you enhance your capacity to give. This sacred dance of exchange keeps the energy of riches in constant motion. The universe responds to authentic inner giving with a force that multiplies when uncontaminated by expectation. Listen now to the tale of the eternal lamp. In a temple high in the hills stood a silver lamp whose light never dimmed. Each night, pilgrims would light their own lamps from its flame. Rather than diminishing, the eternal lamp grew brighter with each flame it shared. Those who witnessed this miracle understood true riches multiply through sharing. This is because giving in its most potent form exists as an intimate dialogue between your spirit and the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all creation. When you offer in private, you bypass the ego's desire for acknowledgement, allowing your generosity to resonate at its highest frequency. This pure vibration acts as a spiritual magnet, drawing more circumstances that merit genuine giving. The power lies not in the act itself, but in the sacred space created between your heart's sincere offering and the universe's responsive abundance. To harness this principle, create your own silent giving ceremony. Choose a private space where you won't be disturbed. Light a single candle and sit in complete silence for several moments, allowing your energy to settle. Take 3 deep breaths, each one drawing you deeper into a state of reverence. Write your expressions of giving on paper, focusing solely on the feeling of generosity without any thought of return. As you write, imagine your giving as pure light flowing directly from your heart to the divine. When complete, burn the paper safely, watching as your generosity transforms into smoke, carrying your offering directly to the cosmic awareness. Perform this ceremony daily for 40 days, maintaining absolute silence about your practice. Chapter 8. The Role of Intention and Riches Creation. In the hills of the east lived an archer named Jalen, whose arrows never missed their mark. While others practiced endless techniques, Jalen spent hours in stillness, merging his consciousness with each target. Those who watched saw only his perfect form, but the true secret lay in his unwavering focus. You possess this same power of intention. Like Jalen's arrows, your thoughts and desires can pierce through illusions to manifest your chosen reality. The universe responds not to scattered wishes, but to the concentrated power of clear intention. When you set your sights on riches, your focus must be absolute. Each thought becomes an arrow, each desire a target waiting to be struck. The law of attraction responds to this clarity, bringing into form that which holds your attention. Yet many scatter their energy across countless desires, their arrows flying wild. They speak of riches while focusing on lack, dream of abundance while dwelling in scarcity. Their intentions, like poorly aimed arrows, miss their mark. Now hear the tale of Rhea, the mindful horticulturist. Each spring she would hold each seed in her palm, infusing it with her vision of its full potential. While others hastily scattered their seeds, Rhea planted each one with purpose and care. Her garden flourished not just from skill, but from the power of her focused intention. With newfound clarity, she understood these seeds were mere illusions constructed by fear. With awareness, she could transform limitation into possibility. Like Ria's seeds, your financial intentions require careful planting. Each goal must be nurtured with clear vision and unwavering attention. The universe's abundance flows not to scattered thoughts, but to deliberately planted intentions. For your practice, create a sacred space in your mind's garden. Visualize yourself as the conscious gardener holding the seeds of your financial intentions. See each intention clearly, perhaps a thriving venture, abundant investments, or flowing prosperity. Plant these seeds one by one in fertile soil, feeling the certainty of their growth. Water them with your focused attention, knowing that the universe's light will bring them to fruition. As you plant each seed, affirm its inevitable manifestation. Like Jalen's arrows finding their mark, your intentions will manifest with precision when aimed with clarity and purpose. Chapter 9. Aligning with money goals. In a village renowned for its artisans lived a craftsman named Kale. Each morning before touching his tools, he would arrange them with precise care, ensuring every implement aligned perfectly with its purpose. Other craftsmen rushed to their work, but Kyle understood that true mastery began with preparation. You now stand where Kyle once stood, ready to learn the ancient wisdom of alignment. The universe operates through perfect order, and your prosperity flows when your entire being aligns with this divine harmony. Like the craftsman's tools, your thoughts, emotions, and actions must work in concert. When these elements stand in perfect alignment, the law of attraction responds with unwavering precision. Yet many live in discord. Their thoughts speak of riches while their emotions harbor fear. Their actions contradict their desires. True alignment manifests when your inner and outer worlds mirror each other. Your thoughts must reflect abundance. Your emotions must resonate with gratitude, and your actions must demonstrate faith in your prosperity. This trinity of alignment opens channels through which universal riches flow freely. Listen now to the tale of Zora the Nightbird. As storms raged and winds howled, other birds sought shelter, flying in circles of confusion. But Zora kept her course, her wings steady, her direction true. Through lightning and thunder she maintained her path, for she knew her destination lay beyond the tempest. Like Zora, you must maintain your course toward abundance despite life's storms. When doubt clouds your mind or fear shakes your resolve, remember, alignment is your compass through any darkness. To strengthen your alignment with prosperity, create a sacred evening ritual. Take paper and pen and write your daily alignment checklist. Begin with your thoughts. Record how they aligned with abundance or strayed toward lack. Note your emotion state throughout the day. Did you maintain the vibration of prosperity? Review your actions. Did they reflect your commitment to riches? This practice reveals where alignment falters and where it holds strong. Through consistent examination, you forge a path of perfect alignment, just as Kale's careful preparation led to masterful creation. Remember, riches flow not to those who merely wish for it, but to those who align every aspect of their being with its reality. In this alignment lies the power to transform your financial destiny. Chapter 10. Vision, your riches magnet. In the heart of an historic city dwelt Faisal, a visionary whose brushstrokes captured more than mere images. They painted possibilities into reality. Each morning as dawn kissed the horizon, Faisal would mix his colors not with water, but with dreams. His canvas stretched before him like an unopened book of destiny. You possess this same creative power within you. The universe responds not just to thoughts and feelings, but to the vivid pictures you paint in your mind's eye. Your riches vision serves as the template from which all abundance flows. When Faisal completed his masterpiece, people traveled from distant lands to witness its radiance. The painting seemed to shimmer with life, drawing viewers into its depths until they could see themselves transformed by its beauty. Those who gazed upon it discovered their own dreams awakening, their own visions taking shape. This illustrates a fundamental truth. Your riches vision must be so clear, so compelling, that it magnetizes abundance naturally. Like a blueprint that guides the construction of a grand palace, your vision directs the universal forces of manifestation. Consider now the tale of Lyora, keeper of the ancient beacon. While others lit simple fires, Lyora crafted special oils that burned with extraordinary brightness. Her beacon beam cut through the thickest fog, guiding lost ships to safe harbor. As vessels followed her light, they brought prosperity to the entire coast. Your riches vision acts as this beacon beam, cutting through the fog of uncertainty. It draws opportunities, resources, and abundance toward you with unwavering certainty. When your vision burns bright enough, the universe conspires to make it reality. To harness this power, gather images, words, and symbols that represent your desired prosperity. Create a sacred space where you can arrange these elements into a vision board. This ancient practice transforms abstract dreams into tangible focus points for manifestation. As you select each piece, infuse it with your intention, allowing your riches vision to take physical form before your eyes. Place your completed vision board where it will greet you each morning and bid you good night. Let it serve as your lighthouse, keeping you focused on your destination of abundance. Part 2. Deepening the Practice of Abundance. Chapter 11. Mastering Emotional Alignment. Within a hamlet tucked between weathered peaks lived a potter named Salim, whose hands held the wisdom of generations. Each morning as he approached his wheel, he understood that the clay before him would mirror not just his physical touch, but the invisible imprints of his heart. You, like Salim, are constantly shaping the substance of your reality through the subtle power of your emotions. As you journey deeper into these teachings, you will discover that your feelings serve as the potter's hands, molding the formless energy of the universe into tangible prosperity. When Salim worked in joy, his vessels emerged with grace and beauty, drawing admirers from distant lands. But on days when worry clouded his spirit, even his most practiced techniques produced misshapen forms. Through time, he learned that his creations reflected not his technical skill, but the pure resonance of his emotional state. Your emotions generate specific frequencies that ripple through the fabric of creation. Like radio waves seeking their matching station, these frequencies attract circumstances that match their vibration. Joy, abundance, and gratitude naturally magnetize more experiences that evoke these same feelings. Listen now to the tale of Alara, a gifted musician whose melodies once filled the royal courts. Despite her mastery, her music began to lose its power to move hearts. Night after night she played with perfect technique, but felt an emptiness in her performances. It wasn't until she discovered that her inner discord was affecting her music that everything changed. Only when she aligned her heart with the rhythm did her music regain its magical ability to transform listeners. Your journey to riches follows this same principle. Technical knowledge of financial strategies, while valuable, cannot override the powerful influence of your emotional frequency. When your feelings align with the essence of abundance, you naturally draw prosperity toward you. The path to mastery requires awareness of your current emotional state and the wisdom to shift it intentionally. Just as Alara learned to tune her heart to her music, you must learn to attune your feelings to the frequency of riches. For your practice, find a quiet moment each day to sit in peaceful reflection. Place your hand upon your heart and identify the emotions flowing through you. Are you experiencing doubt, worry, or scarcity? Or do you feel confident, grateful, and abundant? Notice these feelings without judgment, then consciously choose to align with the vibration of prosperity. Imagine the feeling of abundance filling your being, as tangible as sunlight warming your skin. Let this feeling grow until it radiates from every cell. Through this daily practice, you strengthen your ability to maintain an emotional frequency that naturally attracts riches, like the potter's wheel spinning in perfect harmony. Your aligned emotions will shape the clay of universal energy into manifestations of abundance. Chapter 12. The Riches Mirror. In a village lived a young artist named Zara, whose paintings held a peculiar magic. Those who gazed upon her landscapes discovered their own emotions reflected in the swirling colors and subtle shadows. The wealthy saw abundance in golden fields and prosperous harbors, while those gripped by lack perceived barren trees and stormy skies. You, like those who stood before Zara's paintings, create your financial reality through the lens of your inner world. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, mirrors back to you the sum of your beliefs, thoughts, and expectations about riches. Your outer circumstances serve as a faithful reflection of your inner landscape. Just as Zara's art revealed the hidden chambers of the heart, your financial situation unveils the treasury of beliefs you hold within. When you transform these inner beliefs, your outer world shifts in response as naturally as light follows dawn. In the marketplace of a distant city, there lived a merchant named Karim, who possessed an ancient mirror clouded by years of neglect. Day after day, he polished its surface not with cloth alone, but with unwavering faith. As the tarnish gradually yielded to his efforts, the mirror began to reflect with perfect clarity. Those who looked into it saw not just their outer appearance, but glimpses of their true potential. This mirror represents your consciousness, which projects your beliefs about riches into manifested form. Just as a mirror's surface can be clouded or crystal clear, your thoughts about prosperity shape the reflection you see in your material world. When you polish away limiting thoughts and align your inner world with abundance, your external reality begins to reflect this clarity with perfect precision. Like the merchant who transformed his ancient mirror through patient dedication, you too can restore your consciousness to its natural state of radiant abundance, allowing the universe to mirror back the prosperity you hold within. For your practice, take up your journal as a sacred tool of transformation. Draw 2 columns upon its pages. In the first, list aspects of your current financial reality, your income, debts, investments, and material possessions. In the second, write the inner belief that corresponds to each external condition. Through this reflection, you will uncover the thoughts that have shaped your prosperity and gain the power to transform them. Like Zara's paintings and Karim's mirror, your financial world faithfully reflects your inner landscape. As you shift your beliefs from limitation to abundance, from scarcity to plenty, your outer circumstances will transform to match this new inner reality. Chapter 13. Magnetizing Money with Affirmations. In a mountain village where wisdom echoed through ancient valleys, there lived an elder named Ilara, who climbed to the highest peak each morning and spoke words of prosperity into the wind. "Abundance will flow freely," she would whisper, and the wind would carry her words across the land. Soon the barren fields below began to flourish and merchants arrived with goods from distant lands. The village's fortunes transformed through the power of her spoken truth. Your words shape the fabric of your reality. Each thought you voice sends ripples through the universal consciousness, programming your subconscious mind to attract or repel prosperity. The ancient masters understood that speaking words of abundance aligns your energy with the infinite flow of riches. When you declare prosperity with unwavering conviction, you activate the law of attraction. Your affirmations become seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious, growing into manifestations of abundance through repetition and belief. These declarations reshape your inner programming, dissolving old patterns of lack. In the fertile valleys below lived a farmer named Leora, who spoke to her crops as if they were beloved children. "Grow strong and multiply," she would say. Each dawn her words filled with love and certainty. While other fields struggled, her harvest grew more abundant with each passing season. Those who witnessed her success wondered at the magic in her words, but Leora knew the power lay in her unwavering faith and consistent declarations. Like Leora's loving words nourished her crops, your affirmations nurture the seeds of riches in your consciousness. Each positive declaration creates a vibration that attracts corresponding circumstances, drawing to you the very essence of what you proclaim. The key lies not merely in speaking the words, but in feeling their truth resonate within your being, allowing them to permeate every cell until they become your living reality. When you align your thoughts, words, and feelings in perfect harmony, you create an irresistible magnetic force that the universe must answer. Like attracts like this is an immutable law. To harness this ancient wisdom, create your personal prosperity declarations. Begin each morning by speaking 3 affirmations that align with your desired financial reality. Stand before a mirror, look into your eyes, and declare these truths with absolute conviction. Feel the energy of each word vibrate through your being. Choose statements that resonate deeply with your soul, such as, "I am a magnet for unlimited abundance. Riches flow to me easily and effortlessly. I am worthy of infinite prosperity." Repeat these affirmations with unwavering faith, allowing their power to transform your consciousness and manifest in your external world. Let each declaration ripple through the deepest chambers of your being, knowing that your words carry the divine energy of creation itself. As you speak these truths day after day, you will begin to witness their subtle influence reshaping your reality, drawing abundance toward you like a magnetic force that cannot be denied. Chapter 14. The Power of Visualization. In a distant realm there lived an inventor named Kael, who understood the sacred art of creation. Each night as the stars painted the sky, Kael would retreat to his workshop and close his eyes. In his mind's eye, he crafted intricate visions of his inventions, every gear, every movement, every detail so precise, it seemed to breathe with life. As his mental creation reached completion, reality would bend to match his vision, and his inventions would manifest with perfect precision. The power of visualization lies not in mere daydreaming, but in the art of crafting living images within your consciousness. When you create detailed mental pictures of your desired riches, you forge energetic blueprints that the universe uses to manifest your prosperity. Your mind holds the divine power of creation waiting to be awakened through focused imagination. To manifest abundance, you must see it with crystal clarity in your mind's eye. Picture the exact amount in your accounts, feel the weight of prosperity in your hands, and immerse yourself in the sensation of financial freedom. As you hold these images, they become magnetic forces, drawing corresponding circumstances into your reality. Let me share the tale of Sira, a wanderer who found herself lost in the vast desert. Instead of surrendering to despair, she closed her eyes and created a vivid vision of sanctuary, cool waters, abundant food, and safe shelter. With unwavering focus, she held this image in her mind, allowing it to guide her steps. As the sun began to set, Sira discovered an oasis that matched her mental picture in every detail, as if her imagination had called it into being. Your ability to create detailed mental images acts as a beacon, drawing opportunities that align with your vision. Just as Sira's focused imagination led her to sanctuary, your clear visualization of riches creates a path for abundance to flow into your life. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Now create a detailed scene of your ideal financial life. See yourself checking your accounts. Notice the abundant balances. Feel the peace of complete financial security. Experience the joy of sharing your riches with others. Engage all your senses. Hear the sounds of success. Feel the texture of abundance. Breathe in the atmosphere of prosperity. Let every detail become vivid and real in your mind. Hold this vision for several minutes, allowing yourself to fully inhabit this reality. End the practice by expressing gratitude for this vision, knowing it has already begun manifesting in your life. Repeat this visualization daily, preferably at sunrise or sunset, when the veils between thought and manifestation are thinnest. Chapter 15. The Collective Riches Magnet. In a valley between ancient mountains, villagers gathered as the sun began to set. Each carried wood to the center of their sacred gathering place. An elder named Ilara stepped forward first, placing her branch upon the ground. "One flame burns bright," she spoke, "but many flames united illuminate the darkness." One by one the villagers added their wood, and as the pile grew, so did their unified purpose. When they ignited the bonfire, its light reached higher than any single torch could achieve, casting warmth across the entire village. You hold within you the power to create riches, yet this power multiplies exponentially when joined with others who share your vision. The universe responds with greater force to the combined energy of aligned minds and hearts. This is the principle of collective manifestation. When two or more gather in pursuit of abundance, their creative force grows geometrically rather than arithmetically. Just as each piece of wood added to the bonfire increased its strength beyond measure, each person who joins in conscious creation of riches adds their unique energy to the collective field. This amplification occurs through what the ancients called the mastermind principle, the invisible force that emerges when minds unite in harmony toward a shared purpose. Witness now the wisdom carried on wings high above mountain peaks. A flock of golden birds took flight, led by one who knew the way. They formed a perfect V-shape in the sky. Through this formation, each bird's wing beats created uplift for those behind, allowing the flock to travel twice the distance any single bird could manage alone. Even when fatigue set in, they would rotate positions, sharing the burden of leadership, supporting one another's journey through the vast expanse. Like these wise creatures, you too can soar further by joining forces with others who share your quest for abundance. Their success lifts you higher, and your achievements create currents of possibility for them. This is not mere cooperation. It is the activation of a universal law that multiplies the power of shared intention. To harness this amplifying force, gather 3 to 7 kindred spirits who resonate with the pursuit of prosperity. Meet regularly, whether in person or across distances, to share your visions, celebrate progress, and hold space for each other's growth. Begin each gathering by centering yourselves in gratitude. Then take turns speaking your intentions into the sacred circle of trust you create together. Close by, visualizing silver light connecting all members of your group, strengthening your collective field of abundance. As you participate in this practice, notice how your individual power to attract riches grows stronger through the unified field you generate together. Like the villager's bonfire and the birds in formation, your combined energy creates a force greater than the sum of its parts. Chapter 16. Cultivating Financial Resilience. In a mountain village, a blacksmith named Rami worked tirelessly at his forge. Each morning he would heat raw steel until it glowed like the sun, then strike it with measured force. "The metal resists at first," he would say, "but through fire and pressure, it becomes stronger than before." Day after day he transformed ordinary metal into extraordinary tools, each blow of his hammer revealing the hidden strength within. The path to abundance follows this ancient wisdom. When you face financial challenges, know that these are not obstacles but opportunities for transformation. Like the blacksmith's fire that makes steel stronger difficulties, forge your capacity to attract and maintain riches. Every setback carries within it the seed of greater prosperity. When you lose a source of income, the universe is preparing you for a more abundant stream. When an investment falls short, you gain wisdom that will serve your future ventures. These moments of pressure reveal your true resilience and capacity for growth. The law of attraction responds not to your circumstances, but to your response to them. By maintaining unwavering faith during challenges, you demonstrate to the universe your readiness for greater riches. Each difficulty becomes a test of your spiritual strength, and an opportunity to prove your alignment with abundance remains unshaken. In the depths of an ancient forest stood a young bamboo tree named Lyra. While other plants strained and struggled to bloom, Lyra learned to bend with the strong winds. During a fierce storm, rigid cedars crashed to the ground, but Lyra swayed gracefully, allowing the tempest to pass through its flexible form. When calm returned, Lyra stood taller than before, strengthened by the very forces that sought to break it. Like Lyra, you possess the innate wisdom to transform financial storms into sources of strength. When the winds of change blow through your life, bend but do not break. Let go of resistance to temporary setbacks, knowing they strengthen your foundation for lasting riches. Your current challenges are not punishments, but preparations. Each difficulty develops your capacity to handle greater abundance. The universe trusts you with these tests because it knows you are ready to expand into new levels of prosperity. Take a quiet moment with your journal. Write about a recent financial setback that has challenged you. Describe the emotions it stirred and its impact on your life. Now view this experience through the lens of transformation. What hidden opportunities lie within this challenge? What strengths is it developing in you? What wisdom have you gained that will serve your future prosperity? Write a new narrative of this experience, transforming it from a story of loss into one of growth and opportunity. End by affirming the greater abundance this challenge is preparing you to receive. Chapter 17. The Riches Rituals. In the midst of time, there lived a sage named Leora who understood the rhythms of the cosmos. Each dawn, as the first rays of sunlight touched the earth, Leora would emerge from her dwelling to perform sacred rituals. She would light incense, offer water to the rising sun, and speak words of gratitude to the universe. Through these daily practices, Leora's life became a magnet for endless prosperity, drawing abundance as naturally as flowers draw bees. Your journey to riches begins with sacred ritual. The universe responds to consistent practices that align your energy with abundance. Through daily ceremony, you create a bridge between the spiritual and material realms, opening channels for prosperity to flow freely into your life. These rituals need not be complex. Their power lies not in elaborate gestures, but in the intention and regularity with which you perform them. Each morning presents an opportunity to commune with the infinite source of abundance. Each evening offers a chance to express gratitude for the day's blessings. The most potent rituals combine three elements: gratitude to open your heart to receiving visualization, to program your subconscious mind, and affirmations to declare your alignment with abundance. When performed with devotion, these practices create an energetic signature that the universe recognizes and responds to with increasing prosperity. In a fertile valley lived a farmer named Elara, who understood this truth deeply. Every morning without fail, Elara would tend to her fields before the sun rose. She would carry water from the stream, carefully nurturing each plant with the same loving attention. Some mornings were cold, others warm, but Elara never varied from her practice. As seasons passed, her fields yielded harvests so abundant that people traveled from distant lands to witness their bounty. Elara's secret lay not in the water itself, but in the consistency of her devotion. Like her, you must water the seeds of prosperity in your consciousness daily. Through unwavering practice, you create an inner environment where abundance naturally flourishes. Your ritual becomes a sacred agreement with the universe, demonstrating your commitment to prosperity. As you perform these practices day after day, you strengthen your connection to the infinite source of riches. Now create your own abundance ritual. Choose a quiet time each day when you can be undisturbed. Begin by expressing gratitude for 3 specific blessings in your life. Then close your eyes and visualize yourself surrounded by prosperity in all its forms. Feel the emotions of each goal achieved. Finally, speak 3 powerful affirmations that align with your vision of abundance. Perform this ritual with reverence, knowing that each repetition deepens your connection to universal riches. Chapter 18. Becoming the riches you seek. In the heart of an ancient temple stood a sacred flame that had burned for 1,000 years. Unlike other fires that required constant tending, this flame sustained itself through an inner force. Those who watched it closely noticed it grew brighter not from external fuel, but from its own radiance. The more it burned, the more it generated its own energy, creating an endless cycle of light and warmth. The nature of true riches consciousness mirrors this eternal flame. When you align with abundance at the deepest level, prosperity becomes self-sustaining, flowing from an inexhaustible inner source. This represents a fundamental shift from pursuing riches to embodying it. You are not meant to chase abundance. You are meant to become it. Just as the sacred flame needs no outside source to maintain its brilliance, your connection to riches requires no external validation. The universe's infinite abundance already exists within you, waiting to be expressed through your being. This truth becomes evident when you observe how riches manifest differently for those who embody it versus those who merely seek it. Those who seek often struggle pushing against resistance, but those who embody attract abundance naturally, their very presence magnetizing prosperity. Consider the tale of the mountain flower that grew in the highest peaks. While other plants strained and struggled to bloom, this flower simply expressed its true nature. It didn't try to be beautiful. It was beauty itself. It didn't attempt to attract butterflies and bees. They came naturally drawn to its authentic expression. The flower teaches us that embodying riches means aligning with our natural state of abundance. With newfound clarity, we understand these expressions were mere illusions constructed by fear. With awareness, we can transform limitation into possibility. Like the flower, your riches must not fluctuate with external conditions. To integrate this wisdom into your daily life practice, living as though abundance is your natural state. Each morning, ask yourself, how would I move through this day if I were the embodiment of riches? Let your actions, choices, and interactions flow from this inner knowing. Notice how this shift in being attracts corresponding experiences of abundance. Make this sacred practice your daily ritual. Sit in quiet contemplation and feel yourself as the living expression of abundance. Allow your thoughts, emotions, and actions to arise naturally from this state of being. Record in your journal how this practice transforms your experience of riches in all its forms. Chapter 19. The Ethereal Laws of Riches. In the heights of the Himalayas, a sage named Arya gathered her disciples around a simple wooden bowl filled with water. She dropped a single pebble into its center, and they watched as ripples spread outward, touching every part of the water's surface. "Observe," she whispered, "how one action influences the whole." The disciples sat transfixed as she continued dropping pebbles, creating intricate patterns of intersecting waves. Just as these ripples interact and dance together, so too do the ethereal laws of the universe orchestrate the flow of abundance. The universal laws that govern prosperity operate with perfect precision, weaving together every thought, action, and intention into the tapestry of your experience. The law of compensation ensures that value given returns multiplied, while the law of circulation maintains the constant flow of energy that manifests as abundance in your life. These laws work in harmony, creating a symphony of abundance that responds to your alignment with their principles. When you understand and work with these laws, you naturally attract prosperity. Like a musician who learns to play in harmony with others, you begin to create beautiful melodies of abundance in your life. Yet many struggle against these laws, wondering why riches seem to elude them. They fail to recognize that resistance to giving creates resistance to receiving, that hoarding riches stops its natural flow, and that fear of loss prevents the very expansion they seek. Along the banks of an ancient river lived a wise woman named Zara, who understood these principles deeply. Each morning she would take water from the river to nourish her garden. As her garden flourished, she shared its bounty with travelers who passed by. The more she shared, the more abundantly her garden grew, until it became an oasis known throughout the land. The river taught Zara what it knew, that water must flow to remain pure and life-giving. When it moves freely, it nurtures everything it touches, creating fertile soil for new growth. But when it stagnates, it loses its power to sustain life. Your relationship with abundance mirrors this truth. As you align with the ethereal laws of giving and receiving, you become like the river, a channel through which prosperity flows naturally and effortlessly. Each act of generous giving opens new pathways for receiving, creating an endless cycle of abundance. Take a moment now to reflect on your own relationship with these universal laws. In your journal, record instances where you've witnessed these principles at work in your life. Write down specific ways you can engage more fully with the law of compensation through valuable service to others, and with the law of circulation through conscious giving and gracious receiving. Let your written words become a testament to your understanding and commitment to working in harmony with these timeless principles. Chapter 20. Amplifying Riches Through Joy. In a forgotten valley where shadows often lingered, lived a child named Arya, whose laughter held a mysterious power. As she played in her grandmother's withered garden, her pure joy echoed through the air, and something remarkable began to unfold. With each burst of her innocent delight, flowers lifted their heads and leaves unfurled toward the sun. Day by day, her happiness transformed the lifeless earth into a paradise of color and abundance. Through Arya's story, you glimpse a fundamental truth about the nature of prosperity. Joy acts as a magnetic force, drawing abundance naturally into your experience. When you cultivate genuine happiness, you align with the highest vibrations of the universe, opening channels through which riches flow effortlessly. Your state of joy creates a resonance that the universe cannot help but match. Like attracts like this is an immutable law. When you approach your riches creation from a place of genuine delight, you activate powerful creative forces that multiply your manifesting potential. Many seek riches from a place of worry or lack, wondering why their efforts yield little fruit. Yet riches in their purest form flow most freely to those who align with their natural state of joyful expansion. Your happiness becomes the fertile soil from which prosperity grows. In a distant village lived Salim, a humble musician, whose melodies carried an unusual quality. When he played his lute, his pure enjoyment of the music radiated outward, touching all who listened. As his songs filled the air, the villagers found their work lighter, their hearts more open, and their fortunes improving. Markets thrived, crops flourished, and a wave of prosperity swept through the community, all sparked by the joy of one man's music. Salim's tale reveals how your individual joy creates ripples far beyond your personal sphere. As you cultivate happiness, you contribute to a field of positive energy that uplifts not only your own prosperity, but that of those around you. Your joy becomes a catalyst for collective abundance. Take a blank page in your journal and create 2 columns. In the first, list activities that bring you genuine joy, moments when time seems to stop and your heart feels light. In the second, note how you can weave these activities into your daily life. Each morning, choose one item from your joy inventory and make time for it, no matter how brief. As you engage in these moments of happiness, remain aware of how your energy shifts and expands. Notice how this elevated state attracts new opportunities and resources into your experience. Let this practice remind you that joy is not a luxury to be postponed until riches arrive. It is the very key that unlocks the door to abundance. Part 3. Mastering Riches as a Way of Being. Chapter 21. Inspired Action and Financial Flow. In a sun-drenched studio, a painter named Karim stood before an empty canvas. While others saw blankness, he perceived infinite possibility. Without hesitation, his brush moved with decisive strokes, each movement guided by an inner knowing. As colors flowed and forms emerged, onlookers marveled at how his fearless actions transformed emptiness into a masterpiece that seemed to pulse with life. Through this wisdom, you now understand that manifesting riches requires more than passive waiting. It calls for inspired action aligned with universal forces. When you move from this place of inner guidance, your efforts harmonize with the natural flow of abundance. Your journey to prosperity demands both the courage to act and the wisdom to discern right timing. Like a master painter, you must learn to trust your intuitive nudges, knowing when to make bold strokes and when to add subtle touches. Each action taken from this aligned state carries the power to transform your financial reality. Many wait for perfect conditions or absolute certainty before taking steps toward their riches goals. Yet true mastery lies in balancing decisive action with divine timing, effort with ease, doing with being. In the fertile valleys lived a farmer named Leora, who understood the rhythm of seasons. She neither rushed to plant too early nor delayed past the optimal moment. By listening to nature's whispers and acting accordingly, her fields yielded abundance beyond measure. While others questioned her timing, she trusted the guidance that led her to plant certain seeds in specific fields at precise moments. Leora's wisdom mirrors your path to prosperity. Just as she knew when and where to sow her seeds, you must develop sensitivity to the timing of your financial actions. Success flows not from constant activity, but from inspired movement in harmony with universal forces. For your practice, create a daily ritual of setting one inspired action toward your riches goals. Each morning, quiet your mind and ask, what single step will most powerfully advance my prosperity today? Write down the first answer that arises from your inner wisdom. Then, with the boldness of the painter and the discernment of the farmer, take that action before the day ends. This practice builds momentum while teaching you to trust your intuitive guidance in riches creation. Each aligned action, no matter how small, sets powerful forces in motion. Chapter 22. The Abundance Compass. In the heart of an ancient forest, an explorer named Zara discovered a peculiar compass among ruins. Unlike ordinary instruments that pointed north, this compass responded to the seeker's inner state. When Zara's thoughts aligned with truth and purpose, the needle glowed with silver light, guiding her through the densest parts of the forest. Yet when doubt or fear clouded her mind, the compass grew dim, leading her in circles until she restored her inner clarity. You possess a similar compass within an infallible guidance system that indicates when you're aligned with or straying from the path of abundance. This inner compass responds not to magnetic fields, but to the vibration of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. When you maintain alignment with prosperity consciousness, opportunities naturally appear before you. Your inner compass glows brightest when your beliefs match your desires, when your emotions resonate with abundance, and when your actions flow from inspiration rather than fear. Yet, like any instrument, this internal guidance system requires regular calibration. Through daily attention to your thoughts, conscious awareness of your emotional state, and mindful observation of your actions, you keep your inner compass true. This maintenance isn't a burden, but a sacred practice that ensures your continued journey toward ever greater abundance. Along the stormy coast lived a sailor named Rami, who navigated treacherous waters using an ancient compass passed down through generations. While other ships sought shelter from storms, Rami sailed confidently through turbulent seas, trusting his compass even when the stars were hidden. Though waves crashed and winds howled, his unwavering faith in this guidance led him safely to distant shores, while others remained trapped in harbor. Just as Rami trusted his compass through storms, you must learn to rely on your inner guidance when external circumstances appear challenging. Your alignment with abundance remains steady even when the world seems chaotic, provided you maintain trust in your internal navigation system. For your practice, establish a daily alignment check-in. Using these 3 questions: are my thoughts aligned with the abundance I seek to manifest? Do my emotions match the frequency of prosperity? Have my actions today stemmed from inspiration or fear? Record your answers each evening, noting areas requiring recalibration. This practice ensures your inner compass remains true, guiding you steadily toward your riches, vision regardless of external conditions. Chapter 23. Transcending Material Attachments. In the golden halls of an ancient kingdom, there lived a king named Faisal, who possessed countless treasures. Each morning he would walk through his vault, touching every gleaming coin and precious gem, his grip tightening with each step. Though his riches were vast, anxiety plagued his nights, fear of loss consuming his thoughts. One dawn, a mysterious sage appeared in his garden, tending to flowers with open palms. "Why do you hold the petals so loosely?" Faisal asked. The sage smiled. "That which blooms freely brings the greatest joy." Through the sage's teachings, Faisal learned to appreciate his treasures without clutching them, and as his grip loosened, his kingdom flourished beyond measure. The universe operates through perfect balance, the dance between desire and detachment. While clear intention draws riches toward you, attachment to specific outcomes creates resistance that blocks its natural flow. Like water, abundance moves freely when unobstructed by the debris of desperate grasping. Your relationship with riches must mirror the rhythm of breath, drawing in with purpose while releasing with trust. This balance activates the law of detachment, where your desires become seeds planted in fertile soil, free to grow in their own divine timing. In a distant meadow, a young child named Leora discovered the secret of the butterflies. Each time she chased them, they eluded her grasp. But when she sat quietly with open palms, the most beautiful butterfly landed gently beside her. The moment she tried to capture it, it took flight, teaching her that beauty and abundance come to those who create space for their arrival. The butterfly wisdom applies directly to your riches journey. When you release your tight grip on how and when abundance must appear, you create space for the universe to deliver prosperity through unexpected channels. Your open hands become an invitation for riches to land naturally in your life. For your practice, compose a letter of gratitude to the universe. Express appreciation for all forms of abundance, those already manifested and those still unfolding. Then write these words: I release my attachment to how my prosperity arrives, trusting in divine timing and infinite possibilities. Place this letter where you can see it daily, allowing it to remind you of the power of grateful detachment. Chapter 24. The Riches Legacy. In the valleys of an ancient land, there lived a wise elder named Kale, whose hands were worn from planting countless saplings along barren paths. When asked why he spent his remaining days planting trees he would never rest beneath, he replied, "The greatest riches lie not in what we gather for ourselves, but in what we cultivate for others." Through your journey of abundance, you now arrive at a profound truth. Riches carry power beyond personal comfort. Like Kyle's trees, your prosperity can provide shade for generations to come. The universe's abundance flows most freely through those who understand this deeper purpose. Your riches are not merely your own. They are a stream that can nourish countless lives. When you align your financial growth with service to others, you tap into the infinite flow of universal prosperity. This alignment transforms money from a tool of accumulation into an instrument of positive change. True abundance multiplies when shared like a flame that lights other candles without diminishing its own brightness. By viewing riches through this lens, you transcend the limitations of personal gain and enter the realm of limitless possibility. In a distant city, there lived a master builder named Leora, who devoted her life to constructing bridges across treacherous rivers. Though many questioned why she built more bridges than the current population needed, she worked tirelessly, saying, "I build not for today's travelers, but for tomorrow's journeys." Years after Leora's passing, her bridges connected communities, fostered trade, and created prosperity for generations. Like Leora's bridges, your riches can forge connections and create pathways for others' success. When you embrace this perspective, abundance flows not just to you, but through you, creating ripples of prosperity that extend far beyond your own life. Take a moment of silence and reflect upon the wisdom you've gathered on this journey. On a fresh page, write your personal riches manifesto, a declaration of your commitment to living these principles. Begin with the words, "I now embody the truth that," and let the wisdom flow through you. Write from your heart about how you choose to live these principles daily. Include your understanding of abundance, your relationship with the universe, and your commitment to being a channel of prosperity. Place your manifesto where you'll see it daily and read it aloud each morning with conviction. Let these words become your truth, your way of being. Through this practice, you transform from one who seeks abundance to one who radiates it naturally. Chapter 25. Inner Peace and Outer Prosperity. In a remote mountain village, a monk named Arya carried nothing but a wooden bowl. When he first arrived, the villagers were consumed by worry and strife, their fields barren and their marketplace empty. Yet Arya simply sat in peaceful meditation each dawn, radiating tranquility without speaking a word. As days passed, the villagers found themselves drawn to his serene presence. Their anxious thoughts began to settle like leaves floating gently to earth. Soon their minds cleared enough to notice opportunities they had overlooked. The fields flourished, trade flourished, and abundance flowed as naturally as a spring. Inner peace forms the foundation of lasting prosperity. When your mind is turbulent like waters stirred by storms, abundance cannot find its reflection in your life. Yet when you cultivate stillness within you, create space for riches to enter naturally, effortlessly. The universe responds not to your desires alone, but to the energy you emanate. In states of inner harmony, you become a magnet for prosperity, attracting opportunities with the same quiet power that draws others to a peaceful presence. This alignment with tranquility allows you to recognize and receive the abundance that surrounds you. High in the mountains rested a crystal lake, its surface so still it perfectly mirrored the stars above. Travelers would journey far to witness how its serene waters seemed to double the beauty of the world. A young seeker asked the lake its secret, and in its depths she discovered truth. The lake's power lay not in creating beauty, but in becoming still enough to reflect it. Like the lake, your capacity to attract and reflect abundance depends on your inner state. When you cultivate peace within, external prosperity naturally mirrors your internal harmony. Your riches become a reflection of your serene spirit. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed for 10 minutes. A sacred sanctuary where the world's clamor cannot reach you. Sit comfortably and close your eyes, letting your shoulders relax and your spine lengthen naturally. Allow your breath to flow naturally, like gentle waves upon a shore. Each inhale bringing renewed vitality, each exhale releasing tension. As thoughts arise, observe them, without attachment, letting them pass like clouds across a vast sky. Neither grasping nor pushing them away. Feel gratitude spreading through your being for all that you already possess. Every blessing, every gift, every precious moment that has brought you to this point. In this state of peaceful gratitude, you align with the natural flow of abundance, becoming one with the infinite stream of prosperity that flows through all creation. Let this feeling of deep appreciation anchor you in the present moment, where all possibilities exist. Chapter 26. Infinite Riches Potential. In ancient times, a stargazer named Lyora spent her nights studying the vast canvas of stars above. While others saw only tiny points of light, she perceived an infinite expanse of possibilities. Night after night, as her understanding grew, she discovered that beyond each star lay countless more. Beyond each galaxy stretched endless others. Her consciousness expanded with each revelation, until she understood that limitation existed only in the mind. You must understand that abundance, like the cosmos itself, knows no bounds. The universe operates on principles of infinite expansion, continuously creating and flowing without depletion. Your current experience of riches represents merely a fraction of what's available, like viewing the night sky through a keyhole. When you embrace the truth of limitless abundance, you free yourself from the artificial constraints of scarcity thinking. Just as space extends beyond what human eyes can see, prosperity extends beyond what your current mindset can conceive. The universe's capacity to provide is as boundless as the cosmos itself. In a hidden valley stood an ancient fountain whose waters flowed ceaselessly. Travelers would fill their vessels, yet the fountain never diminished. A merchant named Nadia once attempted to measure its depths, but discovered that the more she drew from it, the more abundantly it flowed. The fountain taught her that trying to measure infinity was futile. The key was simply to open herself to receive its endless gifts. Like Nadia at the fountain, you stand before the infinite flow of universal abundance. Your task is not to question its source or measure its capacity, but to expand your vessel, your consciousness, to receive more of what eternally flows. The universe's resources, like the fountain's waters, replenish endlessly. The sacred practice, the Infinity Journal. Take your journal and create 2 columns on a fresh page. In the first column, write down areas of your life where you currently perceive limits to riches. In the second column, transform each limitation into an expansion possibility. For example, if you wrote, "My salary has a fixed ceiling," write, "I discover multiple streams of income that grow exponentially." If you noted, "My business can only serve local clients," write, "My services reach people globally through innovative channels." Continue this practice until you've identified at least 5 areas for expansion. Read each expansion possibility aloud, allowing yourself to feel the truth of infinite potential in every cell of your being. This practice dissolves the artificial boundaries your mind has created around riches, opening you to the boundless abundance that already exists in the universe. Chapter 27. Living the Metaphysical Riches. Paradigm. In the highlands of ancient times there lay a village called Elisara, where scarcity once ruled the hearts of its people. Each family hoarded what little they had, and their fear of lack cast long shadows across their days. Then came a wandering sage who shared the timeless principles of abundance. The villagers learned to see riches as an energy that multiplied when shared, to express gratitude for what they had, and to trust in the infinite flow of prosperity. As seasons passed, Elisara transformed gardens, flourished, trade flourished, and joy filled the marketplace. The villagers' transformation drew visitors from distant lands, seeking to understand the secret of their prosperity. You now stand at this same threshold of transformation. The principles revealed in these pages are not mere concepts to be studied, but living truths to be embodied. When you align your entire being with these laws of metaphysical riches, prosperity becomes your natural state, as effortless as breathing. In the distant mountains, a traveler named Rami walked from village to village. Unlike others who carried heavy purses, Rami traveled light, yet abundance followed in his wake. Wherever Rami rested, wells would overflow, crops would yield double harvests, and new opportunities would arise for all who crossed his path. Those who observed closely realized that Rami's true riches lay not in possessions, but in his way of being, his unwavering trust in abundance, his joy in giving, and his gratitude for all that life offered. Like Rami, you have the power to become a living embodiment of prosperity consciousness. Your presence alone can transform environments and inspire others to awaken to their own abundant nature. This occurs naturally when you integrate these principles so deeply that they become inseparable from who you are. Take a moment of silence and reflect upon the wisdom you've gathered on this journey. On a fresh page, write your personal riches manifesto, a declaration of your commitment to living these principles. Begin with the words, "I now embody the truth that," and let the wisdom flow through you. Write from your heart about how you choose to live these principles daily. Include your understanding of abundance, your relationship with the universe, and your commitment to being a channel of prosperity. Place your manifesto where you'll see it daily, and read it aloud each morning with conviction. Let these words become your truth, your way of being. Through this practice, you transform from one who seeks abundance to one who radiates it naturally. Chapter 28. The Eternal Flow of Prosperity. In the heart of an ancient valley, there flowed a remarkable river known as the River of Eternal Bounty. Unlike other waters that waxed and waned with the seasons, this river maintained its generous flow throughout time. Villages sprouted along its banks, gardens flourished in its presence, and creatures of all kinds found sustenance in its waters. Yet no matter how much was drawn from it, the river remained full, its waters crystal clear and life-giving. You, like this river, are meant to be a channel of endless abundance. The universe flows through you as surely as water flows through riverbanks, bringing prosperity not only to yourself, but to all you touch. When you understand this truth, you realize that riches are not a finite resource to be hoarded, but an eternal current to be channeled. The flow of abundance follows three essential principles: giving, receiving, and trust. Just as the river gives freely to all who approach its banks, you must allow prosperity to flow outward through acts of generosity. As the river receives waters from countless tributaries, you must remain open to receiving abundance through unexpected channels. And like the river that never questions its source, you must trust in the infinite nature of supply. In a distant temple, there lived a wise teacher who kept a single candle burning day and night. Travelers would come from far lands seeking wisdom, and to each the teacher would offer to light their candle from this flame. Some worried that sharing the flame would diminish its light, but the teacher smiled, knowing that 1,000 candles could be lit from this single flame without weakening its glow. This, the teacher would say, is the nature of true abundance. This simple truth reveals the infinite nature of prosperity. When you share your riches, whether through knowledge, resources, or opportunities, you do not diminish your own supply. Instead, you strengthen the flow, creating new channels through which abundance can return to you multiplied. Your practice today is to create what the ancients called a flow map. Take a blank page and draw 3 interconnected circles representing giving, receiving, and trust. In the giving circle, write specific ways you can share your abundance with others. In the receiving circle, list the various channels through which prosperity can flow to you. In the trust circle, write affirmations that reinforce your faith in the infinite supply of the universe. Each morning, review your flow map and choose one action from each circle. Perhaps you'll share your expertise with someone in need, remain open to unexpected opportunities, and affirm your trust in the abundant universe. Through this practice, you align yourself with the eternal flow of prosperity, becoming like the river that nourishes all it touches while remaining eternally full. Chapter 29. The Riches of the Present Moment. In a palace of gleaming marble there lived a young prince named Karim, who spent his days dreaming of future riches. Though his kingdom flourished, he remained restless, always seeking more. One morning as he paced the gilded halls, an aging sage appeared in the courtyard, sitting quietly beneath a flowering tree. Intrigued by the sage's peaceful demeanor, Karim approached. "What brings such serenity to your face?" he asked. The sage opened his eyes and gestured to the space around them. "I am wealthy beyond measure," he replied, "for I possess this moment completely." Confused, Karim scoffed, "But you own nothing." The sage smiled and picked up a fallen blossom. "In this single flower I see the richness of creation. In this breath I hold eternity. Tell me, young prince, while you chase tomorrow's treasures, who enjoys the abundance of today?" Through patient guidance, the sage taught Karim to recognize the riches that surrounded him: the morning light dancing on palace walls, the loyalty of his subjects, the wisdom in his library. As Karim learned to embrace each moment fully, his kingdom's prosperity grew naturally, flowing from his newfound appreciation. You see, true abundance begins in the present moment. When you chase future riches while ignoring current blessings, you create resistance to the very prosperity you seek. The universe responds not to your desires for tomorrow, but to your appreciation of now. Consider the tale of Leora, a farmer whose fields yielded bountiful crops each season. Yet Leora remained unsatisfied, always planning for larger harvests to come. She overlooked the richness of her current yield, the fertility of her soil, and the loyalty of her workers. Her obsession with future gains prevented her from tending properly to her present resources, and gradually her farm's abundance began to diminish. Only when a drought forced Leora to focus entirely on preserving her current crops did she discover the treasure she had been overlooking. By giving her full attention to the present, each plant, each worker, each drop of precious water, she created deeper connections with her land and people. Through this presence, Leora found not only sustainable riches, but also profound fulfillment. These stories mirror your own journey with abundance. When you fully inhabit this moment, appreciating the riches that already exist in your life, you align with the natural flow of prosperity. Your practice today is to experience the richness of now through mindful awareness. Find a quiet space and center yourself. For the next few minutes, observe your surroundings with fresh eyes. Notice the resources available to you, the air you breathe, the knowledge you possess, the relationships that support you. Feel the abundance that exists in this very moment. Let your awareness expand to include every blessing, both subtle and obvious. This simple practice of presence opens the gateway to greater prosperity by attuning you to the riches that already flow through your life. Chapter 30. The Riches Beyond Riches. In the heart of an ancient land, a traveler named Rami journeyed through winding mountain paths, following a mysterious map promising untold treasures. After months of arduous travel, he finally discovered a weathered chest hidden beneath a sacred tree. Yet when he opened it, he found not gold, but a simple mirror, and a scroll bearing these words: "The greatest treasure lies not in what you seek, but in what you become." Looking into the mirror, Rami saw not just his reflection, but the faces of all those who had helped him along his path. The shepherd who shared his bread, the village elder who offered wisdom, the child who showed him a hidden spring. He realized that his true riches lay in the wisdom gained, the bonds forged, and the person he had become. You must understand that abundance flows in many channels, not all of them paved with gold. True prosperity encompasses the richness of your relationships, the depth of your purpose, and the breadth of your contribution to others. When you fixate solely on material riches, you miss the vast ocean of abundance that surrounds you in every moment. In a distant valley lived Zara, a weaver known for her extraordinary tapestries. While others used only golden threads to create images of material riches, Zara wove with all the colors of life, the deep blue of wisdom, the warm red of love, the vibrant green of growth. Her masterpiece depicted not just prosperity, but the intricate interconnection of all forms of abundance. The golden strands of material success intertwined with the silver threads of relationships, the purple threads of purpose, and the white threads of spiritual growth. Together they created a picture far more valuable than any single thread could achieve alone. Just as Zara's tapestry required many colors to achieve its full beauty, your prosperity must encompass multiple dimensions to reach its highest expression. Material riches serve as one thread in the grand tapestry of your abundant life. But true fulfillment emerges only when you weave it together with purpose, connection, and meaning. Like an ancient weaver crafting a masterpiece, you must blend the golden strands of material success with the rich hues of relationships, spiritual growth, and inner wisdom. The universe has gifted you with many threads, some gleaming with material success, others shimmering with love and purpose. Only by intertwining them all do you create a life that radiates with genuine abundance. Take a moment now to contemplate the broader spectrum of riches in your life. On a blank page, write down 3 areas beyond financial prosperity where you wish to cultivate deeper abundance, perhaps enriching your relationships, enhancing your physical vitality, or deepening your spiritual connection. For each area, describe what riches look like in that dimension and outline one specific action you can take to nurture it. Remember, as you expand your definition of prosperity, you open yourself to receiving abundance in all its magnificent forms. Conclusion. Through these sacred pages, you have journeyed from the first glimmer of awakening to the profound understanding that you are and always have been a conscious creator of abundance. Like the ancient alchemists who transformed base metals into gold, you have learned to transmute limiting beliefs into powerful catalysts for prosperity. Your transformation mirrors the eternal cycle of nature. Just as a seed breaks through its shell to reach toward the light, you have broken free from the constraints of old thinking. The wisdom you now hold is not new knowledge, but rather the remembrance of truths that have existed within you since the beginning of time. As you stand at this threshold, understand that this is not an ending, but a grand beginning. The universal principles you have discovered are not mere concepts to be studied, but living forces to be embodied. Each breath you take can now be infused with the consciousness of abundance. Each thought aligned with the infinite flow of prosperity. You have learned that riches are not something to chase, but something to become. Like a flower that naturally draws sustenance from the soil and light from the sun, you now understand how to naturally attract abundance through your aligned presence. The universe responds not to what you want, but to who you are. This wisdom carries with it a sacred responsibility as you step into your power. As a conscious creator of riches, you become a living example of what is possible. Your very presence serves as a beacon, silently teaching others that abundance is their natural state. Through your transformed relationship with prosperity, you illuminate the path for those who are ready to awaken to their own infinite potential. Remember that mastery is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding. Each day brings new opportunities to deepen your understanding, to refine your alignment, and to expand your capacity for receiving. The principles you have learned are timeless tools ready to serve you as you continue to evolve and grow. Now is the time to live these truths boldly. Let your light shine brightly as a money magnet, knowing that your success creates ripples of possibility in the consciousness of all. As you step forward into this new chapter, carry these teachings not as mere knowledge, but as the very essence of who you are. You are infinite potential expressing itself through human form. You are abundance in motion, prosperity in action, riches made manifest. The journey you have completed is but the first step in an eternal dance with the infinite. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.